Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a very exciting day. Thanks to Stephen Rothberg and Whitney. Together, they created this wonderful conference for us. So welcome, enjoy the day, and I want to thank Whitney and allow her to say a few words.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Whitney. I work here at Google. Thank you all so much for being here. We love working with College Recruiter, and we've been super excited for today. And I'm really fortunate to be on a team that thinks all day about how to help people find jobs and how to help companies hire. So it's really exciting to have an audience here that kind of represents both of those sides and have you all here today. So really excited for the discussion and the content, and thanks to College Recruiter for being great partners.
Yeah, thanks so much. So hopefully I introduced myself. I'm Faith Rothberg, and I'm the CEO of College Recruiter. That would have been probably the right way to start. So today we're going to, just to get a few of the logistics out of the way, we are live broadcasting this event, and the link for it is www.collegerecruiter.com/bootcamp@Google. So if you want to tell any of your friends who weren't able to make it, send them the link. That'd be awesome. Alio is sponsoring the live stream, and thanks to Alio for doing that. After I do the welcome, and then Stephen Rothberg will be coming up and spending a few minutes talking about what is AI, so that we can get everybody kind of on the same page. There's so many definitions out there, kind of help us focus on what we're all trying to talk about today. And then we have 3 amazing speakers with panels to follow, and a wonderful lunch that's sponsored by Google. It's so great to be able to be here, so thank you so much. And then each of those panels will have time for questions as well. So here's the sponsors. Again, Google for Hosting and Catering, Association of Talent Acquisition Professionals, Career Crossroads, and Jibe that are sponsoring, which is great. TalentNet sponsored a wonderful reception last night. I wish a few more of you could have made it, but we had a great time with the people that were there. So thanks to TalentNet. Zap Info is sponsoring Alexandra Levitt's book. Hopefully you guys saw that out there and picked up a copy. And then she'll be speaking as the second speaker. And then Alio, like I said, is sponsoring the live stream, and we thank them for that. And I almost forgot to thank Peter Clayton and Jolie from Total Picture. They're the ones actually doing the work. All right, last little bit, I think. Tweeting at CR Bootcamp. Please tweet. If you're out there and you want to ask questions on the live stream, please feel free to tweet and ask questions. If you're able to take 3 takeaways along throughout the day back to your company to try to do something new or test out something people are talking about, then it's a successful day. So just keep that in mind at the beginning. What are the 3 takeaways I can take for the day to really get something out of this moving forward? And then we would love it if you don't want to bring your lanyard home to your children like some people have done in the past. We would love it if you just left it behind at the end of the day. Reuse, recycle, right? So, all right, and now here he is. I'd like to introduce Stephen Rothberg.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks. So I'm the founder of College Recruiter. Really appreciate everybody being here today. The true story, at one of our previous conferences, a friend of ours went home with her lanyard, which is great. Some people collect them, give them to their kids, whatever. She has twin boys, and as boys like to do, they fight. And it was an excuse for them to fight. So she sends me an email. It's like, is there any way that you can send me a second lanyard so I can give one to each of them? And then they wore these I think they're smarter than this. I don't know why they did it, but they wore these to school for like the next 3 weeks. And she said it was like the greatest present anybody's ever given them, which is kind of sad for the kids, I suppose. So before we get into too much of the content today, don't worry about trying to decipher flowcharts like this as to exactly what is AI. And for recruiting, we're going to be talking about it at a little bit of a higher level, sort of how organizations are using it, the sort of products that Google's offering, how College Recruiter uses it, et cetera. So I think it'll be pretty enlightening for those who don't know that much about AI, exactly what it is, how employers and in the HR tech industry is beginning to offer this. But really, when I think of AI, there are a couple of definitions. The first one I'm not even going to bother reading because I can't make it through that definition without my head exploding. I look at it as intelligence that's demonstrated by machines, that they can learn, that it's not just through programming, it's through analysis of data, and they get sort of smarter and smarter over time. It's kind of a vague definition, but we're in such the infancy, I don't really think that there's a great definition. Our first presentation is going to be by Tarquin Clark of Google. He's going to tell us how Google thinks of it. And I think that is going to be much more important than how College Recruiter thinks of it. A great slide or a presentation, at a presentation that I saw, sort of defined AI this way, that a mosquito, you could say, is intelligent. Clearly not at the same level as intelligence as people or elephants or whales or whatever, but when a mosquito lands on a hamburger, thinking of all the different components of that burger and how different pieces of meat right beside each other are cooked differently, they look differently. You might use, lamb or pork or beef or whatever, but the mosquito's smart enough to know that this is food. Regardless of where on the hamburger it lands. Now, if that mosquito were to, go to a movie, it wouldn't be able to understand the movie. And that's kind of what AI is now. We might have an AI product for recruitment that does a fantastic job for employment recruitment, but doesn't know anything about recruitment in terms of getting students to enroll in a college. So recruitment is not recruitment either. College Recruiter, we're focused much more on the employment side, by the way. We believe that every student and recent grad deserves a great career. We're a job search site that mostly large employers advertise their job openings with. This is kind of everybody's fear. There have been lots of stories in the news over the last few months about AI and how it's being used in employment and some of the failures and some of the successes. I don't think we're going to get here, and I'm not going to give you my Arnold impersonation because my wife and our CEO is in the room. But for those geeks here, you probably know this, Star Trek Next Generation. My hope is that artificial intelligence, hundreds of years from now, that will evolve into or have data type people where they work side by side with us. They're not us. We can identify them, but they really contribute to our well-being. So with that, we're going to have Tarquin Clark from Google come up and give you the first real presentation.